Welcome everyone. In this module, we will be discussing about a password generator website with the help of Django. So we were discussing about a password generator, and you know why password generator is so important? A password which is used by everything, which has all your information. It should be a strong password. If it is a loose password, then anyone can take your data. It's not compulsory that a hacker should come to take your data. Even your family members, for fun, your friends, for teasing you, they can easily take your data. So a good password is required. According to February 26, 2020 reports, an average person has a 70 to 80 passwords. So you can make 80 words or 4 words poem with these type passwords. These are so many, means on an average you should have an 80 passwords around your website, because in whole year we just log in, log out, something is important, something is not important, we don't know whether it will be coming in needs for the future, like your Gmail account password, your Facebook account password, your mobile password, your WhatsApp password. Everything depends on the password. Today the data is so important that everyone is interested in your data, and you should protect your data. And for that you can use the password generating website, or we will build a password generating website in which different websites will be given to us. Our website will not just give us a password like we just click and a new password comes. It will be according to the needs of the user. For example, if users want the password for a different length, somewhere password is required of a 5-digit length. For example, if you are using a mobile pin, you just want a 4-digit pin, and there should be only a numeric character, no alphabetical character is required. So different websites have different needs. Sometimes you need a 7 to 8 digit passwords along with uppercase and alphanumeric, because that is compulsory for some websites like Google and Facebook. They want you to have a 8 digit, more than a 8 digit alphanumeric password. So thinking so much passwords, it's a bit difficult, and trying to get passwords is a bit difficult, because you just need a random combination in which everything comes. So our website will give you a solution for this. You need to just click and click and click what you want to get. You want to get a, you should choose the length, then you can choose the uppercase or alphanumeric, and you will get the password. Now, why we are using Django and what is Django? Actually, Django is the framework to deploy the website in a simple words. So if you are using Python and you want to do some website work, you want to do some designing, you want to deploy the data, or you want to do some coding, you can, it's all possible with the help of Django. So Django is the framework of the Python in a simple word. Django has so many advantages with it. It has a good web application development thing. It can make your framework look good. It helps you in designing. It is compatible with operating system and databases. It provides you some security features. There are community members are there to solve your problems. So if you are stuck somewhere, you can easily find the solution in the Django. And Django is really a second popular framework which is used worldwide. So let's start building the project and check how we will be building the project. So keep watching the videos. Thank you. We are building a password generator website, and for building a website we need two things. We need first a code which will be working behind, so that it will give us the correct password, and second thing what we need is a framework. So we are using Python, and we will be using the framework Django. Django is an excellent framework. It could provide you anything, means whatever you want for your website. It can give you editing, it can give you styling, it can give you designing, it can even give you deploying, it can give you running the server. So everything could be completed using the Django. And our password generator will be a project. It should give us any type of password that we wanted. For example, if we wanted uppercase password, a numerical password, alphanumerical password, we want a lowercase letter password, even we wanted any number of letter password, for example 7-digit password, 9-digit password. So it should give us any password that we want according to our requirement. Now let's talk about Django. So Django is important in Python, and it is the framework in the Python. So what we will be doing first, we will be installing the Django. So here our first tag is installing, and for installing the Django you just need to open a command prompt. Right there, pip install Django. So when you will be writing the pip install Django, see I have already installed the Django, so my requirement is already satisfied. When you will be writing the Django code, so it would have given you a much larger space and showing you the downloading thing. So it will make you download. the pip thing can be varied, this code can be varied. It may be pip3 somewhere, for example in Linux and Mac, and even in Windows it could be pip only. So now our Django is already installed. So how do you check that your Django is installed? So just you need to do one thing. You will, if you will write Django and admin, take care that every letter is as it is as I have written, because a single mistake in the letter, even these are case sensitive, it will make your code go bad. Now here Django has shown us everything, like what we can do many things here. We can db cell is there, a function is there, we can run server, we can migrate things, we there is also dump data, there is squares migration, start app, start project, test server, there is cell, there is run server. So there are so many things that we will be doing, but currently as we have installed the Django successfully, so our next task should be creating project. See, you cannot, this is the difference between Django project and a simple Python project. In simple Python project, you can just create a file of your name as per your requirement and directly start working on it. But in Django, we need to do have some requirements or inbuilt requirements that we want. For example, I cannot just directly go to the Python or my compiler and just create things. For I need to first create a start project. I need to use this function, start project function, and then only I can begin my work. Otherwise it's not possible for me to begin. So to create a project, it's just a simple thing you need to do. What you will be doing, you will writing again the same code, Django admin, then you will using the function start project, and after that you can just name your project as you want it. For example, we are making password generator. So here I have given the name and it has created the password file. So how do we know that it has created? We will just get inside the folder. I will show you the folder also. So if you have created a project, it should have created in this way a password generator file. Inside that again a subfolder would be there, a password generator. So there would be some files may be created, a Python file may be created like manage.py, and then inside that folder there could be init file, there could be sg, wsg, url setting. We will be discussing about them all. So before that I will tell you why this what is this manage.py file, and before that also let's do something. So we are in our password generator folder which we have created, that is the project folder that I have created, and in this project folder there is a manage.py file. So when I will go inside this, I am working in this folder, and here is this manage.py file. So what is this manage.py file? I will show you that also, and how does it work, I will get you an idea about that also. Now we will just do one thing, we will run that file. So here I write code python 3 and we will name our file manage.py, and this time we will be using a different function, that is run server, which is again provided by the Django. So here I write run server. So when you will do this, it has not worked, so I will write it again in Python manage.py run server. So let's check. So it has completed its task, it's working, and it is showing something. This is all data will come to you. Actually Python is also a function which is case sensitive. For example, in some you can use Python 3, and for me it's working with the Python, means in Windows 10 it works for Python. So here that is not the task. The thing is that you can see here some files have been created or are running continuously, because it is giving us a option control break. Now what is important for us, this http 127.0.01, we will copy it. Just copy it wherever you get, go to your browser, paste it there and press enter. If you have done all the work successfully, so you will be given a congratulation emoji, or you can say an image would come, a live wallpaper, and it will be saying you that the work successfully, means we have installed the Django and we are actually running a server. So our this rocket is running and our server is also running. There are so many things, like take care of this, debug is equals to 2, we will be discussing about it, and also just see not configured any URLs. Okay, so this means that our Python server is running, means you are online. In simple words I can say to you. Now coming here, we will be, let's discuss what is this 127.0.01. So this is nothing but just a local host of your computer. Even if you write local host, it will run. So still it is running, because in that 127.0.01 you can also call it a local host and it works. And what is it? 8000. 8000 is just you can say a port number for a website. Every website have some port number, and this is a universal port number which is available for every website when you are running as a local host. So this is about we are running. Now if I close this, if I try to close this server, the server which is running, it is still running, but what if I try to close it? So to close it you can use control break, and if control break doesn't work you can even go with the control C. Now I will close it, I will press control C, and our server is stopped. Now if again I will go there and refresh the page, so you can see that it is not working, the site can't be reached because we have stopped our server from running. Again if I write the same code, and that is if I again run the server, for example where we have written this python.manage.py. if I again write the same code, because inside again now also I am working on the same directory, that is the password generator project, and if I write manage.py run server, so manage.py is in password generator directory, and if I run it again you can see that currently we have stopped, our site is not working. Now if I refresh it, so it will start working. So this is it, you can stop it and you can run it, but it will run the time when we are working in our directory, means it will not run automatically. You cannot just shut down your computer and go. Your inside your Python or Django module should work or keep running. This is all about the server or manage.py. Let's go inside the file. We have completed the Django project. Let's have some overview of the files. Now when you will go to the files, for example this is my Python, and I have a DB SQLite 3 file, I have a manage.py file, I have password generator directory, I have init file, I have a sg file, I have settings. So let's open them one by one. See, DB SQLite is about the database, and in password generator we don't need a database. So first I will show you what is manage.py file, and manage.py file actually it is for something related to the server, and I tell you truly, you don't need to just edit these files, means you don't need to do anything with this file. We will not be writing a single line of code, a single word in this file, no editing, nothing. It will be just a manage.py file. So here we have our file is open, and so here is our manage.py file, and you can see, just have a look on it. We don't need to go do anything with it. It's for your purpose that you may know what it is. So it is just, it makes you online or makes your server available. That's why the name is manage.py, and this is not of our use. The second thing which come, we will go to the inside files. See, py cache. What is py cache? This is just a temporary cache developed by the Python, or if you delete it, it will again come. Now second file is init. So we will go inside init file, and init file is actually blank because you need to write code or you need to initiate this Python code. So our init file is blank. Now second file which comes here is the sg and wsg file. See, these two files are used to deploy the website to the server. So sg and wsg files are also important, and we will not be discussing them here. Again, the second things come is the settings.py. This is the strongest file that we will be using. So I will explain you about the settings.py file. Here is our base directory. So what is base directory? You know, base directory means where your data is stored. You can change it, but I don't need find a reason to change the thing. The second thing is secret key. Never ever disclose this secret key to anyone. This secret key has your data. It means your data is available, and anyone with this secret key, like you are watching, you can also take data from my website. But what is the main thing that you can change it? For example, I will write 2-3 more letters and it will change. So now it again it is safe and I don't need to worry about it. You can change it afterwards, it will not give you any issue. The second thing is debug is equals to true. I have also told you earlier, debug is equals to true means debug is equals to true if I write something whdg and run it. So currently it's not working, but what does this debug is equals to true will tell us? Actually, if the file would be running, like if I run the file again, let's run it, python manage.py and run server. So here we are online again, and let's wait for a few seconds. So it has started working. Now if I will go back and it is running. Now if I try to do something like I write some extra letters here, it has shown me something like you can see here these things. Why? Because debug was true. If I make debug is equals to false here, if I make this thing false, so you will find that those things will not come, means it will not debug for you. Now the other things comes, let's make offline, wait for we will make it offline afterwards. Now the things comes like installed apps, middleware, root your clone. We will discuss about them later. After this comes the templates. So templates are related to the designing. Templates are something like they are for designing purpose. If you will go and view page source, so this code, this is all about template code which is written here. It is HTML designing. So this much code has been written to show you this thing. So this is about the designing. The next thing comes the WSGI application. I have told you earlier it was used for the deploying purposes, means WSGI and AGI. And now comes the database. So database is we will not be using because we are generating just making a password generator website, so it will not be of our use. Again comes the authorized password validators. It is used when you want to make some login logout things, like if you want to go make login, take credentials, so these things comes to you. Now these are some basic things like language code, time zone which you want, you can change the language code. A static URL we will not be discussing about thing. So this is a basic idea. Okay, one more thing left with us. There was an additional file, that is url.py. Now this url.py, as you have seen here, when I was given a debug, this is not, when they just debug me, like for example I just write this and then they gives me a debug. So the reason behind this is that URL configuration defined. Actually this URL pattern is not defined. So for defining a URL present means it is just simply means that you are redirecting your page. We use this file. So this is all for this. Now we will be working on for making the libraries, or you can say our website. And for website we need our Django to work. So meet you. So welcome back everyone. We have discussed till now just basics, that is the installing, and that is the Django project and its overview. We have discussed some different files, what are their uses. Now today we will be discussing about the applications and the website. So there is a difference between a website and an application. That website is like a project and there are styling, there is designing, there are templates, but inside a website there can be so many applications, like one application for a different task, second application for another task, there is third application that is for the other task. So you can have any number of applications. In our project, that is password generator, this is just a basic project and we will be discussing about only a single application. So before going to the how we will be building application, we have to just go to the folder the password generator project and just write Django admin. So it will show you some options or predefined functions, libraries, like we have discussed yesterday, the run server, we have discussed the start project. Today we will be discussing about the start app. Start app is used to develop the start application project. So just write a simple code, that is the Python. You can, in your terminal, it may be also Python 3, and you can be writing manage.py. But this time we will not be writing the start project, we will be writing the start app. And you can name it like I want an application that is a generator. Instead of password generator, it will be just a few things. Also, you may notice that I have changed the library name from password generator, because these two files with Python will by default create the same files with the same name. So just change your one file from the password generator project. It may be more useful to you that you know what is happening here, because inside password generator there is db and manage, and inside that password generator there are different files. So instead just name it as a project. It will be more systematic that where you are, in which directory you are working. So we will create a generator file, and you can notice here that a generator file is created. It has so many files with it. Our main concentration will be with the views.py file, because in views.py file we will be discussing different functions and their different rules, what are the different outputs, all we will be working here in this views.py. Before going to back to the thing, you can just do one thing. In the settings there are installed apps. In the settings of the password generator there are installed apps, and we have created a one app with the name generator. So you need to write it here, generator. Take care that the name are same, because it is case sensitive, it will not work. And just save it. So now we have saved our file. Again go to the file and just run Python, and we are running the server manage.py run server. So we will be running the server, and our server is working. It will take a few seconds, then it will show you. So basically the python.run server will bring you the same local host or that magical number, that is 127.00. Copy it, paste it in your browser and run it. So we can also name it as localhost. Now why I'm running this, I wanted to show you something. I want to discuss with you the website URLs. So you can also name as localhost. It will be look more familiar instead of that number. So it's running. Now just type here, it is just some random words, and it will show you an error, page not found. But there is one page, you can see admin. Where is this page? This is a by default page created by the Python, and you can just check it. You will go, if you will go to URLs, you can see a path admin is predefined by the Python in the library, and this is the admin path. So if I will go to my browser back and go back and go to the admin page, it will show me that admin page. See, admin page is by default by the Python, but I don't think we will be needed here in our project. So I just wanted to show you it is a predefined edit scheme. Why? Because path was defined here. If I change the path name something like, I make it high and save it. So Python is a one basic thing that you don't need to change the or rerun the server, because in running only you can just edit your website and it will keep running and keep processing and show you the thing. So now we have changed our admin to high. So when we will type here high, it will again show us the same page. And I have not reloaded my server. The server is running as it is. So now it is working, and it is just showing me. See, it has shown me this is the same page that we were logging, but now with the name I. So this is something about the path, that where it comes. Now again one more thing, if I delete this path, because I don't need admin, I can also delete this file. I don't want to import it. I will save it. Again I will go back to my page and rerun it. So it will keep working. Why? Because this is if there is no path, then Python by default uses this rocket page, or you can say the magical number page for you, and it will bring it for you. Now, what is our concern? Our concern is about building a custom page. You need to build a custom page, and we will be working in that page only. So to build a custom page, what you need to do, you need to just write your own things, like you need to make your own path. So we will be making our new path, and so path, we will be writing the path name here, which we will be using, and inside that we will be writing where we want it to go. Now to declare our own path, let's write I wanted to go somewhere. You can just take for a general, I wanted to go to views.home and leave it backend, because I am making my own default page. Like you can see here, this rocket page is the current default page because we don't have mentioned any path. So if we mention something like views.home, we have to also import our library. So what is the views.home? This is where views.home, we will define our home function inside this views file, and we want to redirect our page, or not redirect, we want our custom or default page to be here. We are changing our default page. So if you will write views.home in a comma, but before that we also need to import the views.home. So we will import from generator import, and we want the file views. So here comes our file. So now you can see you will save it, you will run it, but it will show you a error. And you know why the error is coming? Can you guess it? Because we have not defined the home. Our views file is empty. There is no home. So let's define something home. So I am define home, and you can give the parameter request, because we are requesting the module to work, and we will define something like return, and we want a text that it should give us a text. So I will defining that I want hello. Hello there, and I will be closing this. So I want this text to be written when it will go there. So I will again save this file. Again, we will go to the urls.py. Now we have our home function, but again it will show you an error. Again, can you guess that why the errors come? See, the error comes here, response.get response request. Actually, Python does not support, or you can say when you're working with the website, they did not support you what you can say just a string text. So we have written just a simple string, and Python does not support you. So we want to write a HTML page, because we want when you display something in the website, it should be in a HTML language. So to make it HTML, we just need to add some files, like from, these are Django .http. This is again a pre-built library, so you don't need to install anything here. We will be importing HTTP response. Just take care that H and R are in capital. So we will be taking this HTTP response. Now here we will be writing return again that HTTP response, and inside this we will be doing it. So when you will save it, and now when you will run it, it should show you the thing, that is you have your own default page. Now instead of the rocket page that was the default by the Python, we have our own page. For example, I wanted to redirect, and this is my default page, I am not going here. I want to redirect to the egg. No page found, but we will create one page. So for creating the page, again I need to go to the url.py. Here I need to define a new path, and this time I will not give a custom path. This is a redirecting path. So you will also learn here how do we redirect to the page that we wanted. I am giving you egg, and here also I am changing the function egg. Again go to the views.py file, and there we will be defining our new function, define egg, and all we need to do is just define the function, and inside that we will be writing the return HTTP response, and you can just give some text. So I am just writing a text which will show me when I will go there X or Y. You need to just mention also the request file, okay, because we are requesting something here. So here we have created our new file and we have given a path. So if I will go again to the page and reload the page, okay, I have not saved the file, so just save it. I also need to save this file, and again I will go and reload the page. So X or Y. This is a new website or new page I have created, and my previous page was there, hello there. So in this way we will be creating our app. Our app is the generator app. We have a website. We are building the website. We are also writing the code that we wanted, and we will discuss about the new things. Then that is with the template part. You can design something here, like when you will go to the views.py, you can give some editing. I will write h1, this is a h1 tag. If you have previously used HTML or CSS or have some basic idea, so this is what is the app. And if I will go here, I will just go forward and see I got a h1 tag X or Y. So this is the editing part that we got, and in the next video we will be discussing about few more templates and designing that we will be using, because remember, apps is only working behind. What you need to show is you should have a good designing with the website. So how to do that we will be discussing later. So welcome back everyone. We have discussed so many things about the Django, like installing, and we have also discussed one more thing, that is the routing pages. What does this routing pages mean? You are redirecting from one page to the another page. We have also built our custom page and changed its logo, written something there. Now we are going to the designing part. See, in views.py, this file that we are running on, you cannot create anything. For example, you cannot just do the designing work. What I mean to say directly, what you can do is you can just write code here only. It is only for the code writing. For the designing part, we need to create something more templates. Templates are directly used for the designing part. It gives you the visualization effect for your website. Now, how do you create a template? What you need to do, just go inside the generator and create a folder, that is a templates folder. Take care that the spelling does not mismatch, because if a single letter is uppercase, lowercase, or a mismatch is there, it will not work. Now we have created a template. Now inside templates, I will create one more folder with the same name as above, generator. Now we have created generator. Now inside generator, I will create a file, since we are creating a home page, because home.html file. The reason is that we are creating a home page file, so I have named it as home.html. Inside this home.html, I will give the h1 tag, and I will write this is home, and I will close the h1 tag. So after closing, if you are not new to HTML, you would have understood that what is going here. But if you don't know that what is h1 tag and what is h1 tag, what does it do? So it gives your page or the text written inside these tags, heading tag will come here. So h1 is for a heading tag, and it makes this is home as a heading text instead of simple text. Now this is all about creating a file. Now what we need to do, we also need to just remove this HTTP response, because we have a home.html file. So we will use a render inbuilt function, and inside this render function we will give request, and with request we will also mention our page that we want to use, and that is generator home.html. The page we have created recently, we will give its address. So two things to discuss. The first one, why we have given the same name as the above one, the generator and generator. The reason is that if you are using multiple applications, for that you need to have multiple folders, and to recall this folder, so make a habit that this page, the template page in which you are mentioning your home.html pages, should be the same as the application page, because you can just reconnect together. It's for your understanding. Coming to the second thing, what is this render? So render is an inbuilt function it will give a request and call this home.html from a generator folder. Why this HTML page? The second thing, you need to write a multiple things, means a simple page requires 500 to 600 lines of code in the HTML section. So it's difficult to write inside this views.py. So it's better to call a HTML page because it works more functionally. So this is all about what we have done. Now we will run our server to check whether our HTML page is working or not. So python manage.py, we will using run server, and now our server will start. Take just few seconds to start the server. Also, this is the function that we have created, home request. We have also discussed something like how to create our own pages, not only routing pages, our own home pages or custom pages. Now here we will discuss something about the designing portion. We will go with the designing portion, and we will be discussing about how you can generate a password. So now we are coming closer to our topic because we have done so many things. Now it's time to build our application, and we are building application always starts with designing page. So in this section we will be learning how to design the page, and here our server goes. It just takes some few seconds to start. So if it works properly, you should get a home page. This is home text inside a h1 text, so a heading should come here. Wait, it has not launched still. So let's make it let's allow it to reload. And now what another thing I will do, I will just give a key, generate a key for a password. For example, I will write here password, then I will give here a key password, and with this key I will also give something like the value of the password, and it can be something like dj, and you can just write any text that you want as a password. Now coming to the home page, we will just define what we have written. So to define this, you need to use double semicolon with a space on both sides. So a double semicolon and both sides have the space, and you will just write password. So this password is actually, we are calling the key that we have written here, we have defined here, and it should come here and give us the value. So we will save it, Control S, and you save the file. And that's the reason that our home page was not getting displayed. So when you will run it, so you should get the value. And okay, so I have not removed the path. I should remove this path also, because we have removed the function. That function was only for the display purpose or example purpose. Now there is a, again it's checking, check, again it's starting, and now the server is started. I think there should not be any error. Actually I have, so you got this is home and this is the password. We have just given a key for this, and what we got our password here. So in the double semicolon, you just call the key that you have given here in this function, and you get the value. So we have got this value dgg, whatever we have given here. So in this way our website works, means it would be giving password to the user, but this is not a user friendly website. So to get a user familiar website, we need to use a form tag, or we need to build this more functional. So just go there, and we will be changing the headings also. So I will be giving here a heading password generator. So here comes the heading. Now we will be giving a form tag. We will be using this form tag. I will also explain about this form tag, that what does it do. So first I will be writing the code for this. We'll be going here. I will be giving the action, and with action, I for now we will just make it blank. We will write our task afterwards, and here the form text comes. So actually form text takes the information from one website and gives the information to the other website. So form will take the information what we are giving, it will go to the action and it will give this information to this website, which we will be mentioning later. So this is the only the first step. Now with the form text comes various options like drop down menu, radio buttons, input tags. So there are so many things that you can have inside the form tag. So we will be just giving an option to the user, select, and with the select we will be giving a name, length. So here comes the select and that's auto completed. Now we will we have given the select tag. We will again save it and check whether it's running or not. So here is the select option, but it will not work because we have not given here options. So we also need to give the options. So I will be giving option, option, and I will be giving option 6. I will copy this. Then we will giving so many options to the users, and on the basis of those options we are actually asking from the user the length that the password should be generated. So first we will be taking the options from the user and then we will generate the length for that. I will save it, and now when you will see here you will also get the options. If I refresh it, I will get the options that I want to select. See, 7, 8. So currently we are just designing the thing because first we want the input from the user, and for input we want a systematic page on that user when we go and ask for the password. So this is our systematic page. Now second things comes, we have to also give a submit button, because if submit button will not be there, so we will not get redirected. So for submit button I will be giving the input, and I will make it a type. The input can have various types. It may also a text area, it may also a display area, but what I want a submit type. So this is, I am just writing a predefined function that is input, type, submit, and with them I will be mentioning what I wanted, and I wanted to give me a value, generate password. So user will select options, it will ask for generating the password, and when password will be generated we will again save it. So input, we will close our input. So actually form got closed, but I wanted to close the input. So input tag, it's not getting closed. Okay, so now we have generated a value, we have given a value with the submit form, and in that value our generate password will be there. So this is all we wanted to do. Now we will refresh and check that whether our submit password buttons come. Okay, so submit password button has not come. Let's see what is the error. Okay, so this value will be, I think it should come inside here. Okay, now so value is also a predefined function, so it should be inside here. Now we will save it, and I will generate it. So a button has come, but button does not have an action, but you can see just that when you are selecting 7, it is giving you a length 6, but don't know what to do. When I will do generate password for 7, it is giving for length 7, but don't know what to do. So because we have not mentioned any action here that where to redirect this information, the information of length that you want to redirect here. This is all about the redirecting thing that we wanted. Now how to redirect it, we will be discussing about it. We will again go to the views.py. It may be better to go, first we will remove this I don't want password, because I will be generating it afterwards. So this is a request and generate home.html. Now we will be going here. Currently it is backend because this is our home page, so we will leave it as it is. Now we will come here and mentioning what we wanted. So where do we want it to go? We just wanted to go to a page with the name password. So password slash, Slash is bit important because every time a website calls for the slash, a slash comes it. So we will be describing the slash here, and our name of the page that we wanted will be password and views dot password. So this was about home. We will be going views dot password. Now we need to create this function. So again, I will copy this function. We need to copy it, and we will describe a new function, and I will name this function as password. Now this is render. It will remain same as it is. Request will remain same as it is. We just want a new page because we are directing to the user, so we need to direct to some page. We should have a page to direct the user. So I will name generator.html generator, and then I will make a password will come because I will name my new page as password. So password.html. So we have redirected here to the password. We have given a function that is the password that will be get redirected. Now we just need a page. So I will go with the generator. I will create a new file and I will name it as password.html. So we again got the new page, new thing, and just write something here so that user may get it. And just last thing that you need to do is go to the form page that is here, and previously we have not mentioned that what we need to do. Now I will mention it as password because we have password here. So I will just give the name password. Form action will be password. Now we will save all these files. Currently we are just redirecting the user, so we are building an interface, you can say, you can consider it. So I will refresh it. I will generate a password of a line 9. I'll go to the generate password, and it has successfully redirected me to the password page. That is the page we have created. So our interface is working, and how it is working? It is we are creating a password for a particular length. We are generating the password button, and it is showing me the password. So our interface is somewhat complete. In the next video, we will be discussing how to write the code and what else we can do to get our good interface. So thank you. Welcome back, guys. We have finished so many tasks involved here. So you can think that our website part is completed. We have just a basic design that how our password will be generated. But now the thing is that we have not generated the password. So we want a password generated. Or you can say it is not just a password, it should be a random password, because every time we refresh the page, a different password comes. For example, if I go here and I try to generate a password, this is just a written password, and it does not take any input from us. Means it is taking input but not working like we wanted. It is not a password. So let's go and start building the password. Before that, we have to add some features here. This is in home.html file. So here we were having options. We will increase some options here, like we will just make the options double, and we will paste here. Now our option value will be 10, and then 11, again it will be 12, and this is 13. So this is our option value, and we need to take more options from the user. For example, if they want uppercase, if they don't want a uppercase, if they want a special number, if they don't want a special characters, if they want something like only a lowercase or alphanumeric, so we need to take that also from the user. So first create a input button for them, and we will be creating it using a selected button. So for example, we will just write input, and after input, I have closed it. We also need to type, and its type will be a checkbox. So here a checkbox button came, and with the checkbox we will name it. We will name is equals to uppercase. So we will name it uppercase. Just take care that whatever you name it, this is your info. For example, you are giving to the user. So you need to take care of this info. Now this is our input is ready, and we also have to close the input. It's not compulsory to close it, but I have a habit to close all the HTML tags which I am using. So input is just to take input from the user, and input has several types. For example, if I want an input of the type checkbox, and this is the name that I am giving to my input. So everything is prepared. We will save this file. Go to Chrome and we will go backward on our, so we are already in the home page. What I need to do, I will just, okay, I came here. Okay, now we are done. So I will just refresh it, and it has actually shown me a checkbox, but the checkbox is also working. I need to specify the name. Okay, the name is not specified here, so we will specify the name. Let's name it uppercase. So we will name it as uppercase. Also, I want it from a new line. For example, it should be a BR. We will give a break line tag, and that is given in the form of a BR. So BR tag just gives the break line tag to the user, and we have to rearrange it. It will come here. Okay, now the input button is here. It will generate a password, and this is our next input button that we will be using. So we have to save it. Go back here. We will refresh it. So a generate password came in the next line, but we want in the upper line only. So I will remove this BR from here, and I will paste it here. Okay, so now BR tag is here. We will again save it and check whether it's working or not. So we have rearranged it. It is the generate password, and here is the uppercase letter, a checkbox. Now again, you may think that we are giving a uppercase here. We are defining the uppercase, but we are not defining something like generate password, because generate password has a type submit, so it defines on the submit button only that we want to give it a value of generate password here. But here we are just giving a name, and name is our value. So we want a name of uppercase when we will submit this form. So if there is a tick box, then it will give the value uppercase to us when it will come to our site. So this is all about input. Now we will just copy this input, copy it from here, and we will give few more input to the user. For example, this will be, let's first give, I want one more for the number, and here is for the numbers, and we also want for the special characters like alphabets, hashtag, and all these. So this is for the special. Okay, now the value will be special. We need to not write the full value. Like here I am writing special characters, and just special is enough, but we need to take care that when we will get the input, it will be only in the special, not the special characters. But when user will tick the box, it will be special characters. So just take care what we are writing and what we want to do. Now here I will refresh the page. Okay, I have not saved it. So first I will save this file, and then we will refresh it. So all three things came: upper box, numbers, and you can see special characters. So when I will take this, I will take let's take uppercase, but I have left the numbers. I will generate passwords. So this generate password should take me to the password page that we have defined in the password.html file, and it should show me a password. So it has shown me the password, but you can see something written here. This is actually what we selected. When you see on a website, it is not that we want what we wanted, but actually what we have selected. We have selected the length. Okay, so length is equals to 6. We have uppercase selected, so uppercase is on. We have also selected special, so special is also on, but we have not selected numbers, so number is not given here. So this is information about the website, that what is selected and what is not selected. So if you want to analyze some website, you can just look at it and tell some information about it. Like we are redirected to a password from our localhost page. So from a localhost page, we have been redirected to our website, and after getting redirected, we have given some info to it, and this info that we are giving, like uppercase is on, uppercase is not on, and there is special numbers, we want that input in our system or in our file. So I have selected here, let's take it to from 6 to let's make it 9. Now generate password. So password will be generated, and you can see the values are changed now. Since we have length 9 was selected, uppercase was on, special was on. So it defines that from localhost we want to a password page. From in password page we have some values that we wanted, and it's all like this. Now we have defined this. I also just wanted to tell you something more, like if you wanted just a default value, for example, here option is equals to option is 6. We also need to give a value is equals to 6, because when we will send there, so no value will come, only the letters will come. So 7, again option is equals to, okay, value is equals to, so here the value is 8, and now I want that this value 9 should be the default value. For example, the value we have selected, it should be the default value that we wanted. So we will just do one thing, we will write the code as it is, the 9, and we will just make something, write something in there like selected. So HTML is a predefined function, selected is equals to, and mention it as selected. So when you will do this, what will happen, that option, we need to close this, and okay, it again and again it comes. So we have done this, we have some value and we have defined this. I will also do this for the same for other one. So value is equals to 10. Now here we will write for value is equals to 11. Now again for the same for the 12, and value is equals to 12, and now here we want a value is equal to 13. So value is equals to 13, and just remove, yeah, it's written 12. So when I have done this, selected is equals to selected, so 9 will be auto selected when you will try to get the value. For example, we will again go here, we will just refresh our page. So see, you can see that 9 was selected when I refreshed the page, it was auto selected by the user. Now if I go to the 11, it can generate a password for me 11. It will not have uppercase, no numbers, no special characters, just a password that would be of length 11. So this is all about generating password, and just make it right. Okay, so we have designed something. So we have designed our page which will just show some values, show some it will give us the value to the different pages which we need to collect here on the password.html. Now coming back to the views.py, what I wanted, previously I am defining my password value from this page, the password.html, which I have written here. But HTML cannot do a coding part, it is just a displaying part. So we don't want this password value here. We want that our function password should give us the password. So for that, we will just do one thing, we will declare a variable, the password, and with the password we will declare a string, for example like this gdgjk. It is a random string. Now what I will do with it, I will also define a key, means going to the page, but we will not display the value from that page, we will display our value from here. So I will declare a key, and that is password. Password is my key, this is my dictionary that I am declaring, and here is the value for the dictionary that we wanted, and the value is the password, a variable that we have defined. Now here we have removed this, we will go to the give a heading, and in that heading we will write your password is. So it will come under the heading part, it gives some semicolon, so it will look something designable. And for the value, what I wanted, with the value I wanted that the password that I have defined there should come. So password. Now remember, I am using a double semicolon with a space this side and a space this side. So if you are using a double semicolon, it means the password variable that you have defined here in the views.py, this is the password key, and it will take the password from this value which is here, and it go to this page, the generator, and it will give you here the output. So we have done this. We will save these pages. We'll save this home.html. Now notice that how that GDG will come from our password function, not from the HTML page which we have defined. So I have defined here password. We will first refresh this, then we will go to generate password, and your password is okay. The very some error, there is some typing error. I think you must have got that if you are watching it correctly. So coming next to the thing that we want a random password, means this is not the password that we have given is not the random password. We have defined this password by our own. So to give a random password, what we need to do first, we need to import our random library. So we will be importing a random library, and before importing random library, let's define some characters from what we will be defining our list. So I will define a characters is equals to, and it will be a list containing variables. So list of strings. So define all the string A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So we have a list of strings of variable, and from this string we will be choosing our password. That how we need to do. So again declare a random length is equals to 10. So we have declared a random length, and the password we need to make it empty because we are bringing the password from range. Now we will go for x in range length. So here is our for loop, and it will be going inside the function, and the password plus is equals to random dot choice, and inside the choice we will giving our list that is characters. So we first need to import the random library, and it goes here the import random. So here is our random library that we are importing, and with the random library comes the random choice function. So it will just choose the variables that you wanted or that we wanted to print and give you the value for it. So here is our choice that we wanted. Now we will again save it. The password is here. Okay, I will remove these columns, and now I will try. So generate password. Okay, so in the last lecture we were stuck somewhere that this password was not showing me the exact value which it should show because I have given here colon. So now I would tell you the reason. It's just you can say a bug that I faced, and the bug was that my server was not connected properly. So this time you can say that the server is connected. I will save the file. I will save this file also. Now when I restarted my server, here you can see, so it has now applied all the functionalities that was not given there. So now when you will refresh, so you can see a new password is generated. And why new password is generated? Because last time we have defined the random function here. So it is giving us the random function from the list of the random variables, and here is the random thing that we wanted from there. So it is showing us the value. Again I will refresh it. So again it is showing me the value. So there is just a second. Actually there is an extra arrow which we don't want it. So we will save it. Now that will not come. So this is we have generated the random value. Now coming to the thing that this is not a user defined value. For example, if the value is 9 and when you will go back, let's go back where we were in our localhost. I will click for uppercase. I will then change from 9 to 11, but it will give me the 9-digit value only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we are getting only the 9-digit value, sorry, 11-digit value. But we want some different values. If I change here, if I will write here, you can say just add 1 here, and then I will rerun. This is not a 111-digit value. Uppercase is also on, uppercase is also not there. So let's define how we can use the user defined data. So user defined data is here. It's in the request. So request library carry the user defined data that the user wanted. But since we are not using the request library, so now we will use from the request library, we'll take all these things. So for using the request library, just you need to do one thing, int, and inside int you will write the request. Again, I have told you earlier, Python takes input from the string only. So we always need to convert the string into the int value, and I will convert here length. So why this length comes here? Because length is coming here because the value is we have defined here is the name of length. So the name of length has the value 7 that we wanted. And when the name of length comes and we apply it here, so our length is something that is user is giving us. Now when you will go back here and you will come back and check for, let's say 13, and when I will generate a password, so it will be a 13 digit. Now let's check for a 1-digit password. It will be looking interesting. So see, you can check now it's a 1-digit password because I have made the length 1. So I can analyze that when length is equals to 1, our password will be only a 1-digit. But we want so many things from this. We only don't want only this length, but we need to also add that if the user enters and check for the uppercase. So we will type here if request dot get now take care that the uppercase which you are mentioning here is the same uppercase that we have written, because it is case sensitive and a single thing can generate an error. So everything is here uppercase. This is our name that we will be getting here. So this is the uppercase. I hope it's written everything same. So now close the if function. Then what we can do, we can just update our characters length. So we will be extending our characters list, because now we want that our list should have uppercase letters with it. So we will do this. We will update our list, characters list, and we will update it with the caps lock. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So I have updated here. So my characters will be in the uppercase. Now we will copy this and we will make so many combinations with it. So now our next combination is for the numbers, and okay, caps lock is not off. So here is numbers. Again, I will check that numbers contains S. Okay, so numbers have S, and we will be using the same thing because we are getting value from our HTML page. So the data here that I have mentioned should be as it is that I have given in the HTML page. If you have given different data in the HTML page, so you should use that data only. Now we have updated. Now we will go for the special characters. And here comes the special. Since I have made you earlier that we have written special characters, but our value is only of special, not special character. So you can define any special characters that you wanted, and that is that you can consider as a special character. So we have extended the list. Now let's get back to our local host. Now I have first refresh once. So let's take number 11. Check for everything. It should have uppercase, it should have a numbers, and it should also have a special characters. Now we will generate password. So you can see numbers are there, capital letters are there, small letters are there, special characters are there, and our original small letters are also there. So the second thing, every time you refresh it, it changes. The reason behind that, why does it change? We are using a random function. So random function changes it every time. And now we have prepared our function that generates, you can say our website is almost ready, that can generate the value or the password that the user demands. So it's on the user demand. The first thing I would say that it's not just a Python file, it's also HTML file. You should have some idea about the HTML, because without HTML you cannot design your website or decide what is happening there. So I have tried to explain you every HTML tag that we have used here, and our files are also created, and how we can create file, I have told you that process also. So now let's meet you in the next lecture. So welcome everyone. We have completed our code, and you can see here that our password is generated, or we can, whatever the password we want, we can just generate our password as per our requirements. But the thing is that what I want to discuss with you, if for example this is our password and a random password always comes here. So what I was discussing, that if I would be using this website, or I have visited this website, I judge a website by always its design. For example, if that website has too many ads, or that website has too many redirecting pages, or that website has less stylish design, I consider that website to be just a malicious website. Now, if I will come to this website, I will also call it a malicious website or an unuseful website, because it does not give a good look. So first what we'll be doing, we need to just make our website some stylish design so that it may looks good, because website is all about designing. It is not the task that we want to complete. We may have completed with the Python only, but why we are using Django is to build a website, and website is never a website if it does not have a designing process. So before we get into the designing phase, I just want you to do one thing, that you can just go inside the password here and give an anchor tag. So what is an anchor tag? Actually, when you want to visit some website, then you give this anchor tag to your website. So our anchor tag goes like this. We will be writing, and then we will be writing the website name. So URL, and after URL we will write home. So this is our website. We are redirecting back our website towards our home page. And why we are doing this? Because I don't find it comfortable that we used to always have a back button or click a back button. A website should be completed in its own. So I don't want to use this back button. I should have my own button here. And it will also give you with the idea with the anchor tag, that how does an anchor tag works. So here we have written the anchor tag. We also need to do one thing. We'll go in urls.py, because views.home we don't have a page name here. So we will give our page a name, and for that we just need to write name is equals to home. So this is our page name that we have defined. And now after defining the page name, what we will be doing, we will be just make a save and check that whether it's working or not. So I will refresh it. So I have a home page here, and I can get back to the original page. So again I can generate a password, again I can return. So instead of using a back button, it's more comfortable that I should redirect it, because it's my website and it should be a complete website. Now we were talking something about the designing process. So to add designing process, you cannot just go on designing. If you are good at CSS and designing, you can just do it by your own, but I prefer to use Bootstrap. So Bootstrap offer a multiple designing ability inside with comes with it. So we will be going with the Bootstrap and using it. You can also design everything with the CSS, but when you are getting a ready-made thing, so I don't find it to waste your time in designing, because it designs your website. So just you need to go to the Bootstrap and open this CSS line and just copy this. So it is copied. Now we will go to our page. I will go to the home.html. I will just bring it down and paste here the side which we have copied. I will save it. Again, we will go back to our website and we will refresh it. So what you can see here, there was a change. So previously our website, sorry, now it's gone, the change is gone. But see, it has changed some font. It has also rearranged the characters and the size of the font is also changed. It looks something better than what we were having previously. But designing always not ends with the bootstrap. I will also add the bootstrap page to my password.html. But this is not only that what we wanted, we have to design the website. See, designing process is something that your website should be a good looking, a decent website, because if you're not having a website, it if it has does not have any designing thing, so it's useless, means no one will come to visit your website, even you will not feel interesting to have your website. So we will do some more designing with it. What I am going to do is I will be bringing everything of my home HTML under a container. So I will declare here a div tag. So div tag is something which brings everything under a container and then you can design it as you want it. So I will declare a class and I will name that class as container. And also we will bring our text in the center. So I think that will be more comfortable. And now we will close this. So we also have to add it at the end. We need to close our div tag here. So our div tag closes here. And here we have closed our div tag. So div tag will bring everything inside a container and just design it. Also, the generate button is not, I don't find this generate button to be good. We should have something more with the generate button. So I will just add here. For example, I will add here a class, and in that class I will be writing button, and with button I will be writing button primary. So it will create a button, it will give some features. There are so many things that you can do with the CSS. I am just working in the HTML, but now I have started working in the CSS thing. So CSS is just about the designing, HTML is just about the creating the page. So our page is created, now we are going entering into the CSS field. So we are using some designing things to make it look good. Now we will also do with the same thing with the div tag. We will just enter div, right here div, and our class will be again the same class that is we have used, that is container, and we will make it text center. So here it will, if it has some similarities, it will look good, otherwise it will not. You will not means find it to be looking good or some nice work here. So we have done this. I think we also need to close the tag. So the tag was not closed, so here I close this. I will just cut it and paste it here. So our password is also under div tag. Now what we are going to just define this. So what I need to do is see, always your defining comes under the initials of the h1, like here the h1 text comes, or in here we have written inside the div. So just take care that you don't write here, otherwise it will be displayed as a single text. It should be inside the brackets of the HTML. So here is our designing, and we will just name a class and give some alert success. Also you need to take care that HTML does not show any error, means it's very difficult to debug the code because error does not come likely. For example, if I instead of alert I will not write R here, so it will not show me any error. So you should be very keen or specific that what you are writing, because a single mismatch can result in just wastage of time, because you need to debug everything why it's not coming. Now we have given the h2 tag the password, where our password will be displayed, and I think it should be come under the h2 because our password is here in h2. So we will bring it in h2. Now it's inside the h2. Also we will make this button something looks good, like we have made our generate button, generate password button. So we will make the same use the same thing. and button warning. So we have given some features, we have added some you can say some designings so that it may look good, and website is all about some designs which we wanted. So see, we have given the color to the button, and when I will generate password, it's here. So you can see the feature that we are, means it looks something that it is there. You can see the home color, the button is changed, and our text is also in the center. There is this display field which we have given. I can find here that this password generator is not inside that center, so we will bring that also in the center. Container text center. So I think that the text center spelling is wrong, or there may be some error that why it's not showing. As I have told you earlier, it's very specific that what we are writing, and we should be very careful what we have written. So we will check just from here. Container text center class. Okay. Okay, so div actually closes here only. So we were not able to add features of the div. Now I think it's working, and now we have debugged it, so it will work properly. So here you have password here. So I can just go with the 11. I will choose uppercase. I will choose numbers. I will also choose special characters, and then I will go with the generate password. So you can see the password is generated. We have got the answer. It looks better than that thing. There just in the corner some text was displayed, and we need to identify what was written there. But here the fonts are good due to bootstrap, and our text designing is good due to, you can say it's because of CSS. Some colors are added here, so it looks more better. Even if you want, you can add images here, but we are making just a password generator site, so I don't think images to be helpful here. But if you want, there are various designings which offer images, background images, rotating images, and flowing images, floating images. So there are many things we can add here, but it's up to you that how or at what depth you wanted to go. I just wanted that it must be look some attractiveness should be there, instead of just writing some text at the corner of the field and displaying here. It is better that we should have this. The font size is also changed, so I find it to be interesting. So here we have completed our password generator app using our website. We have completed our password generator website using Django. I hope it would be helpful for you. Django is very important framework. You must have learned something which previously we were not able to learn, or enhanced your skills, and I hope that it would be a interesting thing for you. It would have given you some fun. So thank you all of you.